Yeah, can you share a little bit about the BIA specifically?
Of course,
Let's start there. What happened with that? Because you obviously moved a little bit more away from entertainment.
On goes the story of the pivot. So with music, I didn't want to play live anymore, so I still wanted to promote music and promote the same thing as Party in the Park, getting people out in front of people that really wanted to play. And man, we have so many talented people in this town. I got to say during this podcast, please, people listening to this podcast, go out and support artists. Go click on a website, a random local musician, artist, visual artist, whatever you can do. Go purchase something. I don't care what it is. Purchase something. Give it away as a gift. Do what you got to do. There. Okay, there's my preaching portion done. So the pivot came when my music business was going to be on its best year ever. I had this great Locks list that the guys from Locks Pharmacy were so great to sponsor, and it let me showcase businesses with live artists every week online. And so I would phone around and find out what rooms were booking live entertainment, and I was booking most of the rooms. So it was perfect. So I could literally promote the rooms that I was booking with these great artists in it and really keep live music humming. Up to March 11th, 2020. So right before COVID started, I had 18 rooms, 150 artists going all over the Fraser Valley. And then fast forward March 11th, within 2 weeks, we were down to 2 rooms and about 8 artists that were working. It was horrific. And so I switched over to focusing on the artist with the Logs list versus the venue. You know, Andrew Christopher has a live stream here, and Ben Cottrell's got a live stream, and Kyler Pierce has a live stream, and Greg Newfield, and really pushing the talent that we're doing live streams, right? Getting them to with their tip jars, their virtual tip jars, and that ran its course as we came out of that weird first wave of COVID, where everybody was kind of sick of live streams, and they'd given what they could give, and their adrenaline was down. Now, and the honeymoon was kind of over, and I switched over to doing video production for a lot of my radio clients because, you know, I have a radio show. So that also died. So a lot of those radio clients were interested in what I could give them video-wise. So I started doing video production. And so that kept, I always had different fingers and different pies. So any advice I can give to any young'uns coming up, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like you've got your podcast. You need to have a whole bunch of 3 other
law school.
Yeah. There you go. You get a ton.
Yeah.
This is one good example. This is your offshoot, right?
Yep.
So perfect. Just law school. You're something else, Betty. So anyway, so we pivot out of that, went into video production, and I've always been a huge flag waver for Chilliwack, in particular downtown Chilliwack. As you know, I grew up 7 blocks from there. Dated my first girl, first kiss Central School. First apartment above Unross TV and stereo in Wellington. Beautiful little funky place with a Mr. Turtle pool on the roof. And so I've always been a downtown guy. And when this opportunity came up, Kyle Williams stepped down as the executive director of the BIA, and the opportunity came up, and it's just that karmic wheel, right? That great wheel that maybe a bit of my life pension. Yeah. That's my life pension, paying one of its dividends.
What pulled at you for this position? What did you see in it?
I was afraid of the position to start with because I didn't think I had the qualifications from an administration point of view, that there was a lot. I knew I had the relationships, and I knew that I could bring people together. We need a unified city in general, but in particular, I knew that I could help to unite the business community downtown with our citizens of downtown, you know what I mean? Yeah. I've always been a fan of forging those relationships anyway, and cross-networking businesses, and now I just get paid to do it. So I went through 4 interviews, which scared the bejesus out of me, and I thought it would be easier to get the job than it was. And I hadn't written a resume since I was 16. Right. So, you know, I put up this cheesy resume for Resumes, whatever, or us, and they laughed at it. My buddy laughed at it. I gave it to him, would this work? And they're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, so I literally had to study on how to do a resume, got a buddy of mine help me out. And went through 4 interviews, 4 pretty rigorous interviews. And with every interview, I felt more confident in me as the person in that seat. And administration, you can learn. People and networking and years of relationships you have to earn,
100%.
right? So I just took that as my mission, just like learning how to build a computer, learning how to write music on a computer. Any challenge I've ever taken in my life, you pivot, you adapt, you learn, you grow, you succeed, right? And so here we are now. I'm 3 months into this great job that I love more than the first day I took it. Get to work with really good people in town. I get to work with all these connections that I've made over the years, from our mayor to SEPCO to the chamber to all these businesses that I've known as good friends of mine, business owners, and some friends that I didn't know very well that I know better now.
Yeah.
So the job is a blessing, and I'm good at what I do. I don't ever say this arrogantly ever, but this job was really made for me.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something that got me right in the heart. When my guitar got found by all the people, right? I was gutted, like emotionally so thankful. The only time I felt like that after that was when they announced that I got the job for the BIA. And the social media kickback on that was so unbelievably positive and warm. And again, people I hadn't heard of, and mentors of mine, and people that I really respected and loved, and high school friends, and sent these beautiful words of you're the guy. This was meant for you. You're the guy. You've earned this. And it was such a, I mean, you could not ask for a better push into the water. Like, I was walking on air for, I mean, I cried. I read them. Anyway, I read them all, and it was just amazing. My wife and I read them, and it was, it's pretty gutting, man. So, oh, we can do this over again.
No, we're not changing anything about
anyway,
this.
Okay, here we go. Take two. Anyway, so I read the comments, and it just fortified everything that you do. It's all those years of lending that hand and doing the work, right? Putting the rebar on the ground, and you do get the rewards. I'm just glad I'm here to get them.